Hello, future sharks, and welcome to our admissions overview webinar. My name is Angelica Zadak, and I represent the Graduate Admissions Department at Nova Southeastern University's College of Computing and Engineering, or CCE for short. As a heads up, everyone will be muted during this presentation for the best sound quality. We will also have a Q&A at the end of the presentation, so make sure to stick around. Today, I will be presenting some brief facts about NSU, highlights about the CCE, information on both our master's and doctoral programs, and finally, admission requirements, tuition and fees, along with helpful resources and information to get you started. So, without further ado, I would like to say, welcome to Nova Southeastern University. In just a little over 50 years, Nova Southeastern University has transformed into a dynamic, diverse, and cultured institution that has become a cornerstone of the South Florida community and a growing force nationwide. We were founded in December 1964, and we now offer more than 150 undergraduate, graduate, and professional programs. Some quick facts about NSU. We are regionally accredited by the Commission on Colleges of the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools, and also recognized as one of the largest not-for-profit independent universities in the U.S. U.S. News and World Report ranked Nova Southeastern University, or NSU, within their list of top 200 best colleges. NSU ranked at top 5 in the US for the largest number of minority graduate degree recipients. We roughly have 27,000 students and more than 176 alumni from 116 different universities and growing. The College of Computing and Engineering offers degree programs that prepare students for many of the careers listed in the U.S. News and World Report's 100 Best Technology Jobs in America and by Dice and Robert Half Technology, which are two of the leading technology placement firms. Now I'm going to go over and dive deeper and give you a closer look at some academic highlights about NSU's College of Computing and Engineering and why you should seriously consider the CCE. The CCE is labeled a National Center of Academic Excellence in Information Assurance and Cyber Defense by the Department of Homeland Security, or DHS, and the National Security Agency, or NSA. We also host the Center for Information Protection, Education, and Research, or CIFER. What this designation means is that our curriculum in information security meets or exceeds the requirement and standard that are placed on our leaders of cybersecurity research and education. NSA and DHS also recognize our curriculum as a key factor in helping the nation's security solutions keep up with the evolving technology and to increase the number of professionals that are needed to defend America's cyberspace. In fact, NSU was the first four-year institution to hold this designation in Florida since 2005. Our graduates are definitely hard at work. From classroom to becoming leaders in technology, a lot of our accomplished alumni are dominating in their careers at many recognizable organizations, which includes the ones you see here, as well as well-known organizations such as Boeing, IBM, Merrill Lynch, Siemens, and various US government agencies like the FBI. Knowing that it's especially important for our students to find their edge in today's IT industry, the CCE ensures that our students are getting a high quality education, have the resources to build professional relationships while earning their degrees, and as an alumni, have the opportunity to grow their business or advance their career by being able to network with some of the 4,500 other alums who are also leading in their professions. The CCE offers innovative courses in data science, cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, cloud computing, mobile learning, and mobile app development for iOS and Android, just to name a few. One thing that our faculty and administration is very good at is continuously innovating what courses are being offered to our students. Because technology is constantly evolving, it is important to offer specific special topic courses that prepare our students to thrive and succeed in the industry's most sought after fields. All our courses are taught by experienced faculty members that hold terminal degrees from regionally accredited institutions around the world. So why choose a tech career? I'd like to share some information which will demonstrate the strength of the IT industry and how these jobs are not only very much in demand, but have great competitive salaries. According to Dice.com, a website aimed at providing tech professionals with career opportunities, data insights, and advice, skills in big data, cloud, and process management are in high demand and are currently driving compensation upward. Being aware of current trends like these, the CCE takes pride in making sure students are offered the necessary technical knowledge and skills to be competitive and well-equipped for what's currently out there in the real world. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, projected job growth for tech professionals is projected to grow 13% through 2026, faster than average for all occupations. This means that the job market for tech professionals remains strong heading into 2022. Employers are still realizing the necessity to not only fill the growing demand for tech professionals in the industry, but to also reward and incentivize tech talent by offering better bonuses and the salaries that these professionals demand. So, if you're contemplating whether or not to earn a degree in technology, this is a great time to do it. According to the Robert Half Technology Salary Guide, these are 7 out of the 10 technology jobs to watch out for because they are in high demand and earn good salaries. Please keep in mind the salaries listed reflect the 50th percentile or midpoint of starting salaries. Just to give you an example of how our programs can connect to these career paths, let's say it's someone who earns an information assurance and cybersecurity program could potentially become a future software engineer. And aside from these careers listed, there are many more opportunities out there. We also have a great career development office that helps NSU students with career planning, job and networking resources, and much more. The more companies look to digitize and automate business processes, the greater their need for tech professionals. Tech employees who stay up to date with the knowledge of the latest developments in cloud, mobile, big data, security, and other technologies will only become more valuable to businesses in the years ahead. Another thing to consider is that students are realizing they need to advance their skill set so that it would elevate their marketability as professionals. In fact, employers may increase salaries 5 to 10% for professionals who have those certain in-demand abilities. Again, this is where the CCE comes in, because we offer degree programs that aim to provide these in-demand skill sets. Now that you know more about the CCE, let's talk about the degree programs. We currently have 7 Master of Science degree programs, consisting of 10 courses, 30 credits each. These include computer science, cybersecurity management, data analytics, information assurance and cybersecurity, information systems, information technology, and technology and organizational leadership. Courses are available online, on campus, or as a combination of both. Please keep in mind some programs offer mostly online courses and may not be suited for students who require all or mostly on-campus courses. If that's your requirement, please contact us and we'll be happy to discuss the programs in more detail. On average, our graduate programs take between 12 to 24 months to complete. You can also take up to 4 courses per semester or session, depending on the amount of coursework you plan on taking per semester, and if you plan on being a full-time or a part-time student. I'll go into more detail about this a little later. You will have a maximum of 5 years to complete your master's program. We have 3 doctoral programs at the CCE. These are computer science, cybersecurity management, and information systems. Our doctoral programs follow a unique format. The core courses are a blend of on-campus and online activities. On-campus mandatory face-to-face meetings are held on the Fort Lauderdale Davie campus once per term from Wednesday to Friday. Students are required to attend all their scheduled sessions. And between these sessions, students work on course assignments and research and participate in online activities involving interaction with faculty and with other students. After the core courses, students must complete at least 2 research courses and at least 24 courses or credits of dissertation. And as a note, for fall 2021, we hope to resume the face-to-face on-campus sessions. However, because of COVID-19, it may be held virtually. Furthermore, our doctoral programs are not suited for international students who need an I-20 to study in the US, as the primary delivery of these programs is online. There are only 2 on-campus sessions per semester. Students can take a maximum of 2 courses per semester, which is considered full-time. Therefore, a student would be able to complete their core courses over 4 semesters if they decide to go down this path. After that, the 2 research courses would be taken consecutively, which would be 2 additional semesters followed by a 1-year minimum dissertation. Most students go on to register for continuing dissertation anywhere between a year and a year and a half. Again, depending on the student, their research interests, and other factors. So overall, the minimum amount of credits is 64 or 67. However, you can extend beyond that. On average, it takes between 4 to 7 years to complete the doctoral programs. Again, depending on the pace of coursework and time spent during the research and dissertation portion of the program. You will have a maximum of 10 years to complete your doctoral program. Now let's talk about the admission requirements. The admissions requirements for the master's program includes a bachelor's degree with an overall GPA of 2.5, completion of the online application with the $50 application fee, all official transcripts, a resume, and program-specific admission requirements. The admission requirements for the doctoral programs include a master's degree with an overall GPA of a 3.25, completion of the online application with the $50 application fee, all official transcripts, a resume or CV, 3 letters of recommendation, an essay, and program-specific requirements. So aside from the general requirements for our graduate programs, program-specific requirements highlight the kind of requirements that are specific to the degree program of your interest. It is the background knowledge that the admissions committee looks at for a potential candidate. Specifically, for our master's program, if an applicant does not necessarily have the adequate background that is needed for a particular degree program, they may be required to take 1 or more prerequisite courses during the first semester of their program. This is going to be determined during the admissions review process. For international students, in addition to these requirements listed, you will need a foreign transcript evaluation if your degree was completed outside of the US. You will also need documentation of English proficiency if English is not your native language, provided from one of the resources listed here. I'd like to emphasize again that our doctoral programs are not suited for international students who will need an I-20 to study in the US, as they are offered in a format that is mostly online. Again, there are only 2 on-campus sessions per year. Now, let's see what your admissions process will look like. Once you begin your application online, you can submit your required documents by the preferred deadline. Once your application is submitted, our review committee will oversee your application. This may take 1 to 2 weeks for a master's application and 1 month for a doctoral application. Once the committee reviews your application, you will receive a decision letter. And if you are admitted as a student, we will connect you with one of our incredible graduate advising staff members who will help you register for your courses. And that sounds pretty great, right? Now, what about those term dates and deadlines? For our MS programs, there are 3 terms in a year: winter, summer, and fall. This summer, 2021, which starts May 10th, is the next available semester and will be 12 weeks long. And I am very excited to let everyone know that starting fall 2021, our semesters will be available in the winter and fall as 2 8-week sessions each, and in the summer for the first 8-week session. As I mentioned earlier, there are 10 courses per MS program, and it takes between 12 to 24 months to complete the master's program on average. Students also typically take 2 courses per term. With the courses being 8 weeks long now, you can complete 4 courses per term, which still only take 2 courses, while still only taking 2 courses at a time, giving you the ability to complete your degree in 1 year. This is especially great for our working professionals. And we also want to assure you that even though the length of these courses are going to be shorter, the focus remains on the quality of your education. The courses are also being redesigned to ensure that the material is manageable in the time frame. For our PhD programs, the start of the term is available in the beginning of the winter and fall terms, and each term lasts 16 weeks. But what are preferred deadlines? To ensure a decision is made in time for your desired semester, applications and all required documents must be ready for review at least 1 month prior to the start of the term for master's programs and 2 months prior to the start of the term for doctoral programs. If the application is not completed on time or a decision cannot be made for the desired semester, it would be considered for the next available semester. Your application is good for a year. Please keep in mind, admission decisions are made on a rolling basis, so we accept applications all year long. Now, our tuition rates. The tuition for our master's programs is $874 per credit hour, with the average credits per course being 3 credits. So if you're looking at taking 2 courses a semester, the total estimated cost per semester is $5,774. The tuition for our doctoral programs is $1,221 per credit hour, with the average credits per course being 4 credits. So if you're taking 2 courses per semester, the total estimated cost per semester is $10,298. Now, for the best part, scholarships. The CCE currently has these 7 institutional scholarships. What's great about the scholarships is that They're all listed on the CCE scholarship page, and you can apply for a majority of these scholarships with just one application. In addition, NSU has a main scholarship database with a ton of information on grants and external scholarship opportunities. And please keep in mind that each scholarship has its own specific requirements and benefits. I'll be showing you where to find these scholarships on our website, and so stick around after this presentation to see where they're listed on the website. Since the scholarships are financial assistance that you do not have to pay back, it's really worth checking out all the scholarships to see which one applies to you. As a graduate student, you may also be eligible for financial aid. And these financial aid opportunities are in the form of federal unsubsidized loans through FAFSA. And NSU school code is 001509. Through financial aid, you may be eligible for a federal unsubsidized loan. Unsubsidized means that you are responsible for the interest of these loans, meaning that if you choose not to pay the interest while you were in school and during grace periods, your interest will accumulate and it would be added to the principal amount of your loan. Currently, it's at a fixed interest rate of 4.3%, and students are able to get up to $10,250 per semester. Only borrow what is needed. To be eligible, you must be fully admitted. We do accept copies of the transcripts for review purposes. However, note that if you are admitted, it would only be on a provisional status, meaning you are able to register only for the first term. And you will not be able to receive financial aid. Once you submit those official transcripts, then you would be able to be fully admitted and receive that financial aid money. All right, so let's go on over to the website and take a look at those things we were talking about. Welcome to the College of Computing and Engineering page on the NSU website. The quickest way to get to this page is by typing out computing.nova.edu. And if you take a look, the application button is right there for you. So once you click that, you can go here to go to the application portal. If you want more information, I like using the top right tabs over here. And you can click the Graduate and Professional tab to find more information and a breakdown of those tuitions and costs. And right here, you can see the admissions information. On the admissions page, you can see everything that we talked about here today. So you can see the MS requirements with a breakdown, the PhD requirements also with that breakdown. And you can also take a look at admission events and register for them here. We also have a page for international students with all that helpful information. And if you go back to the admissions event page at the bottom there, you can visit our YouTube channel. And on the CCE YouTube channel, you get to see all of the webinars that we've hosted. So if you ever miss out, or if you have a friend who's interested in learning more, you can direct them directly to our YouTube channel. We also have videos of a bunch of events that we've had at the CCE. So make sure to subscribe and keep to date with all the latest information. Now, before I turn it over to Emily for our Q&A, I just want to say thank you so much for joining our admissions overview webinar today. This presentation, like I said, is going to be available on YouTube for you to watch whenever you need for your reference. And please feel free, again, to share with anyone else who's interested as a resource. If you have any questions, ask us. We don't bite. We have our information listed right here so you can contact us with any questions you might have. We also encourage you to book an appointment with us using the link shown here. We also have our next webinar coming up tomorrow at 2 p.m. for our MS application webinar and at 3 p.m. for our PhD application webinar. We'll be focusing on the application process and give you tips on how to prepare a competitive application. To register, please visit our admissions event page that I showed you earlier. Now, I'd like to introduce Emily, who will assist you with your questions. You can type questions in the Q&A box or raise your hands to ask questions out loud.
Wonderful. Thank you, Angelica. Hello, everyone. I wanted to see if there was any questions on your part, and I do see a question here. It says, thank you for your presentation. How do we submit the resume? Don't see exactly where to submit it or upload it onto the application. So I'm going to type in my email address in the chat box, and feel free to send it my way, and I'll be happy to upload your application, your resume to your application. It usually takes about 24 to 48 hours for it to be reflected on your end. Once you sign in, you'll be able to see it there. Any other questions so far?
Hi, everyone. I'm also part of the graduate admissions team. My name is Val, and thank you all for attending our presentation today. I just wanted to add to what Emily was saying as well. If you are having any trouble uploading the resume or anything like that, like Emily said, you can email us the resume and we can add it for you. When you go into your account, once you've submitted your application, you will be able to actually go back into your account and you'll see where it says, step 4, supplemental items, and you can click on that. And that's actually the portal where you'll see all of your documents that are received, that are, missing, basically your application status. And so you'll see there the different fields, and resume is one of them. And next to resume, there should be like an upload button right there, and you can click on it and you can just upload it if you want to. So either way, it's up to you. If you can upload it if you want, or you can send, you can email it to us.
Wonderful. Thank you, Val. Another question that we have was, is the GRE required for the PhD? No, it is not a requirement. However, if you would like to submit that to help strengthen your file, you're more than welcome to do so. I always try to explain to our prospective students, you never sit down with the review committee, right? So what's presented to the review committee is your file. So if you feel that there's an item that, in addition to the required items, you would like to submit to help strengthen it, by all means, go ahead and do so. So the GRE is not a requirement, but if you'd like to go ahead and submit it into your file, then yes, you could go ahead and do so. Okay, we have another question. I'm missing a few undergraduate prerequisite courses. I come from a non-CS background, but I've contacted the department and I know what classes I'm missing and need to take. Can I still apply and explain this in a personal statement that I know I'm missing some undergraduate courses, but I've started taking the prereqs? Yes, you could go ahead and explain that in your personal statements. Again, if it's for a specific program and prereqs are required, then there may be that strong chance that you will have to take those courses during the first semester. Val, would you like to add anything on that aspect?
Yes, yeah, so for this is, if I'm understanding correctly, this is for the computer science master's program, and the question is that you're saying that you have some undergrad pre-courses?
Okay, that's how I'm understanding the question.
Yes. Hi, everyone. I'm Nancy. Yeah, I can jump in here, Val. I'm Nancy Azule. I'm the Director of Admissions. And I think I understand the questions. You're currently taking some of the computer science foundational academic courses right now at the undergraduate level, and you're wondering if you can apply. It depends on how much. You do mention that you do not have a computer science background. So I would recommend not applying until you're completed with the set of prerequisite courses. And prerequisite is a misleading word, but it's the foundational courses you need at an undergraduate level, which is basically the core courses of a computer science bachelor's degree. It will take you more than a semester to do that. It might even take you up to a year if you do not have a computer science background. If you did apply right now with a couple courses in progress, you may potentially be admitted, being required to take the 4 foundation prerequisite courses we offer at the graduate level, but it may not be enough to compensate some of the foundation background that you don't have, and they might reject your application for not having that. So if you want to have a more in-depth one-on-one conversation about your particular situation, your case, you can definitely schedule an appointment with any one of the girls here. I'll take your phone call. Just email us and we could set that up so that we could speak more to your personal situation. But as a general rule, if you're applying to computer science at the master's level, the committee members are looking for undergraduate academic background in computer science courses. In the prerequisites that we offer do not always fill the gap for the background that is required. So sometimes someone might have a mathematics background and then they can take some of the prerequisites, or an engineering background, and then some of the prerequisites will fill the gap. But if you come from, like, you know, I'm just going to use an arbitrary example, like history, you really don't have any background. And then therefore we would send you back to go to get a slew of undergraduate courses that would cover the foundation that's required. I hope that helps. Please send a follow-up question if you have, or definitely set up an appointment. We can discuss it more in depth.
Thank you, Nancy. One question that we have here is how many PhD students will be accepted each year, and if there's a limit?
So I can answer that as well, Emily. There is, we currently don't have a limit per se, and we do not have a count in terms of how many will be accepted. Each application is reviewed individually. It is very, very competitive. So even if you meet the admissions requirements, you're not guaranteed acceptance into the PhD program. So again, we don't have a number. We're not admitting everybody that meets the requirements, but it's a unique, every application that's submitted and reviewed by the committee members is reviewed on an individual basis, not compared into a group of all the PhD applicants. So maybe that helped answer that question.
Perfect, thank you, Nancy. Now we have another question here that says, one of the questions I have is that I want to apply to the doctoral program with NSU. However, the scholarship I want to apply for, the deadline is January of 2022 to be applied to the fall 2022 semester. I need to be admitted to the doctoral program first before I can apply to the scholarship. So if I apply now, in order to be able to apply for the scholarship in January, can I defer beginning classes until fall 2022 semester, which is when the scholarship covers tuition if I'm awarded the scholarship?
So you want to apply, okay, so scholarships are, the applications go on twice a year. So you can defer your acceptance for up to a year. All acceptances are good for a year, if you do get admitted. And most scholarships require at least application, acceptance, and sometimes even being registered. So depending on the scholarship will depend if you'd be eligible. It would, again, depending on the scholarship, I would be able to advise you better, but just for the short of it is, yes, you can defer classes for the fall 2020 semester, even if you apply now. You can apply for the fall 2020 application later on, and I believe still have time to submit applications for scholarships because they do come around twice a year.
Wonderful. Thank you, Nancy. All right, so are there any other questions lingering that you'd like to ask? Now's the best time to do so. We have us all here. Once again, tomorrow we have the 2 sessions. We have the MS application at 2, and then we have the doctoral application webinar at 3. So we do hope that you all join us once again tomorrow. Oh, we have one more question. If I apply for the master's and need to finish my prerequisites in a year, can I defer a year if accepted?
Do you need me to
Could you elaborate on that?
The basically your acceptance at the master's or doctoral program is always good for up to a year. So if you're admitted for the fall 2020 term, you don't register for that term, you can register for any of the terms in between the next till fall 2021. So you'll have winter, winter, and then you'll have, if you're a master's, you'll have a summer term, and then you'll have the next fall term. So you do have a year to start the program before your acceptance is no longer valid. I don't recommend applying if you still have prerequisites to take. But that is, especially if the prerequisites are related to the program that you're applying to. It looks like there's another question here.
Okay, I do see another question, yes. I apologize if this question was answered earlier. Roughly, when in the semester do the in-person sessions for the doctoral program occur? Beginning, middle, or the middle or towards the end? No, they actually, for the doctoral program, the face-to-face sessions happen at the beginning of the semester. So basically that Wednesday to Friday in a semester, you would come into Davie, Florida, and meet with your professor and your classmates from that Wednesday to that Friday, and then fly back home if you are from out of state and finish the remainder of the semester online.
And I think Angelica mentioned in the presentation that for fall, I believe we're still doing the classes virtual at the moment due to the current pandemic situation.
Okay, so they're asking us all to provide our email addresses and names in the chat, so absolutely.
I also want to mention, if you're, we have our emails here, but if you go to our contact us page, which is a link that's provided here under where it says book an appointment, all of our contacts will also be there as well. So in case you're not able to save this or you forget, you can always go back there to our contact page to book an appointment and or get our contact information.
Yes, booking an appointment is recommended so that you have the counselor's undivided attention for the 30 minutes to an hour that is scheduled for you.
All right, we do have another question. What's the difference between today's webinar and tomorrow's webinar content? So basically today was just an overview on the admissions portion. Tomorrow is more of an in-depth, whether you're looking for a master's or a doctoral degree, and it's more in the application aspect. So for example, if you're looking into a doctoral program, we'll talk more about the recommendation letters. We're going to be talking more about, the resume, and the resume obviously is requested for both programs itself, but it's more of an in-depth application webinar, whether it's for master's or doctoral. So I highly encourage you to attend that as well.
And also, if you are unable to attend tomorrow's session, for any of the future sessions that we have. All of these sessions are recorded and will be added to the YouTube channel. Past ones are already there, so you can go to our YouTube channel and definitely check out all the presentations on there. There's other resources beyond these presentations that might be helpful and useful to you. And this recording, for example, will be added there in the next couple of days. So tomorrow's master's application webinar and the PhD application will also be recorded and posted.
Okay, so if there's any other questions, we do thank you all for attending today's webinar. Again, we hope that you could join us tomorrow at 2 o'clock for the master's application and at 3 o'clock for the doctoral application webinar. And once again, like Nancy mentioned, if you're unable to, please feel free to follow us on any of the social media pages and definitely on our YouTube channel. You'll be able to go back and see previous webinars. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.